Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all. Today, we're going to start with understanding what cognitive dissonance is. I first learned about this from my brilliant friend, Jim Sharp. And basically what cognitive dissonance is, when you are so programmed into a belief system that when presented with evidence to the contrary, you just cannot accept the truth because you're so loyal to a belief system, or just so, you know what I mean, so steeped into a belief system. And so really I kind of feel like saying it's almost like a fall from innocence. This is like the maiden, and it's reversed, and it's like and then we've got, I just want to show you the symbolism. I don't want to call them out because this deck doesn't really follow the tarot exactly like it does. Well, I will say it is. It's the 7 of air reversed. It's the 5 of water upright, and it's the 8 of water upright. And so this is really good news, but it's like, it's being presented with information that causes you to experience a cognitive dissonance, but the evidence of it is so compelling, and there's such a resonance with it that even though it doesn't align with your belief system, you can't help, and there's a grieving period, and all these things are wanting to come into my mind, but they're very controversial, things, exactly. So it's like this upright, it's like having a fanatical belief system. And this is like innocently following along with, like, say, what your parents taught you, what your family taught you, what your schools taught you, whatever society taught you, and this being reversed. So again, it's like being presented with evidence to the contrary, that while it's really uncomfortable, it's so compelling that then it sends you into the grief, because you can't refute the truth. You can't deny what's been presented. And so it's like, honor the grief of, like, wow, I was wrong. It's so hard to admit when you're wrong. It's so hard to admit that your family was wrong. It's so hard to admit that your religion was wrong. It's so hard, so many things. It's hard to admit that, because then you've got to take responsibility for being wrong. And then you've got to take responsibility for educating yourself and for standing strong in a new conviction. So there's a lot of grief, but these rays of the sun in the background and these orange fish, it feels like there's this new creative power that comes with finding out you were wrong. There's a new freedom that comes with, wow, I don't have to be bound to this belief system or this paradigm anymore. So while there is a grief, there's these new rays of hope. And then this great illumination, I want to say, this great empowerment comes through when you start to learn that authority is a lie, authority on all these things, and sovereignty is the truth. Sovereignty, prime reality is within. Sovereignty is the truth. So whatever this cognitive dissonance happened, it feels like it's liberating you from a cage. It's letting you find out that you had wings all along. And so be free to discover. And this is, 8 of water is normally about walking away. So it's like understanding the freedom, these 2 dolphins on either side, and dolphins represent breath, and they also represent voice. And so it's singing your song. It's learning to speak your truth. It's learning to discover what is your truth, and to sing that with the grace and the confidence of your own sovereign being. And, people want to get all nitpicky about, up being up and down being down and whatever. I'm not here to argue. I'm here to say that prime reality is within. And this is about personal truths. This is about learning about, and really I feel like it comes down to divinity. Personal truths about your divinity. But this can be represented in a political spectrum, in a religious spectrum. It can be in all these different spectrums. You can believe your whole life that to be a good parent is to treat children one way, and then suddenly find out, oh my God, that's so abusive. That is really trauma inducing, and that is not the truth of how to treat anybody, especially small people coming in, learning about the world. And so it's like all of those things. And then parenting yourself ourselves. And so it's like the cognitive dissonance, but recognize that there is freedom beyond that. Once you liberate yourself from the illusions, look at what you can manifest in greater truth and in greater reality. There are more cards, but I feel like I was told I create word salads, and I like that. I think that's enough of a word salad today. But peace and love until next time. Oh, it didn't stop. Fuck.